Well, hello. Today, as part of a multi-day trip to South Wales, Kit and I have a few hours to spend here at the Brecon Mountain Railway. Found along the main A465, the heads of the Valley Road, just north of Murther Tydfil, this railway heads up the Torpantau Valley through some lovely mountain countryside. Hi, I'm Warren Brand and welcome to another Linleys video. Pant Station is the starting point, and there's lots to see at the main station and the workshop building. Kit and I are in good time to watch the preparation of the first train out this morning. The set of carriages is drawn out from the shed and then pushed back into the platform, ready for the first run up the line. The locos and carriages are narrow gauge at a peculiar 1 foot 11 3/4 inches. The style of carriages offers great views of the countryside. I've been on the railway several times over the last few years, so know very well how much work the engine has to apply to haul the train up the climb. The Heritage Line makes use of an old railway track bed which used to have a standard gauge trains running up and down them. The old line, which closed in the 1960s, ran all the way from Murther Tydfil, which was connected by other lines around the coal mining towns between Newport and Cardiff. North of Pant, as we're now travelling, the line used to meander around and finally work its way up to Brecon. Now though, the 4.5 miles of narrow gauge lines takes passengers through Pant Station and Dolly gas stations all the way up to Torpantau. On the way up the line, we keep on going, but we will stop at the other stations on the return run. The loco in charge today is number 1, Santa Teresa. Built in Philadelphia in 1897 to run in Brazil, it had a hard life, and when brought for preservation in the UK, it needed substantial rebuilding. The American style is obvious and looks great up in front of the similarly styled carriages and caboose. The terminus is really in the middle of nowhere, or so it seems until you look carefully at the map. Just northwest is the mighty mountain block of the Brecon Beacons, with Pennyfan and Cribben on the skyline. The old line used to push on through Torpantau Tunnel, which, when it was in use, was the highest railway tunnel in Britain. After a quick loco run around, we depart promptly. The guard has very kindly let us ride in the caboose right up behind the loco.
don't think we got to the crop here on the way up. I get a birthday card.
We have a longer stop at Pant Station, time enough to enjoy a coffee and a snack, as well as look around the station.
Going off the
we took on a fireman this one. Got a good repair shed. Oh yeah, yeah. There's quite a lot of them there. We built it up both.
your cup of coffee.
Super good.
Cheers, guys.
But the final bit, back down to Pant Station, is next. Kit and I have very much enjoyed the few hours visiting the railway. From the lovely Brecon Mountain Railway here in South Wales, thanks for watching and bye for now.
Perfect.